years. And Jim Arnold's first book, Benediction, won several different awards. His documentary, Our Brothers, Our Sons, which is a short about generational differences between gay men and HIV and AIDS, which is huge, was nominated for, was a finalist for the Turin Gay and Lesbian Film Festival. So I'm not doing too bad. He's been published in Frontiers, as well as Variety, a couple other publications, and his new book is The Forest Dark, and Jim is here to read from it tonight. So please welcome Jim Arnold.
So now we're going to hear a little bit about Louis in the second part of the book, which takes place in 2009. Now Louis is Eden's son, who we just met a few minutes ago as a newborn. He's now 24. He has a life of his own, of course. This is a scene at home with his adopted father, Bob White. Now, something about Louis that you should know is that he lives at night, and he has an award-winning blog, which is called Heart on Darkness, and that's referred to in this selection. So it'll hopefully make a little bit more sense about why he's getting up in the middle of the... Louis usually got up around 4 p.m., but the crackle and stink woke him closer to 3. Spam. Bob White was making himself a fried spam sandwich, a late lunch more frequent since he lost his job. Although this had been a common menu item of his father's for as long as Louis could remember, he never got used to the smell. Bacon, Dad. Spam's good. Convenient. High-class brother. Let's call him. Sinner knew Louis was awake. The dog would snort under the bedroom door from his guard post in the hallway. Sometimes Louis would torture him by whispering, "I love you, Sinner," which would make the dog yelp in ecstasy and frustration. He'd move his arm or turn his head, and Sinner would whine, demanding entry. This is what Louis desired as well, if it weren't such a chore to sit up, get in the chair, and get to the door. He remembered Sinner's bark the day of the accident in San Diego, but it was a muffled, faraway sound, through a closed door in a dream. He was told later that the dog kept the EMTs away from him until Zeke intervened and suffered a bloody bite to his forearm in the process. Since then, Zeke reminded Sinner that it was nothing personal. "You were doing your job, dude, and I was doing mine." The black lab had been later immortalized as part of the chick magnet sleeve tattoo coming together down Zeke's arm. "It just seems right," he told Louis. "Dad?" Louis was in the kitchen doorway. Bob sat straight back at the table, layering a sliced tomato on top of spinach leaves on top of the Spam, which itself sat on a piece of whole wheat bread. "Building sandwiches is better than building nothing at all," Louis said. "You're up early," Bob said, grabbing the French's, squeezing 3 drops of mustard onto the tomatoes, 1 for each slice. "I don't like that you stay up all night long, but if you do, it's best to be consistent, son. It's best to have a routine." "Right, Dad." Louis rolled up to the stove and turned on the burner under the kettle. He'd have a cup of tea. That was all. He'd eat after dark. Bob might never find another job. He'd been the kitchen monitor for years now, hitting the course occasionally while waiting for Velda to get home from work. They'd fight, guaranteed to wake Louis. It was either that or the smoking, spitting Spam in the fryer. He missed most of the arguing when he started staying out all night. Heart on Darkness had so many benefits and in so many ways. Louis figured they loved each other in a kind of grown-up, adult way that became inevitable. His dad usually slept in the drafting office he'd made out of the spare back bedroom, telling Louis that, "Your mother needs her sleep. She works so very hard for us." "Mom at work? Where else would she be?" "I guess. I thought she came home earlier. Thank God for the Warner Brothers, Louis, or we'd be in some trouble here."